So what we're going to do in our workshop here for Everyday Heroes, with your all's help, and you can spend your channel points in order to lock in a particular role that you would like to make. We're going to go along the lines... We're going to go along the lines of our general D&D 5e character builder. This is what I've presented ever since the beginning. A way to... It takes the... maybe any biases, unconscious or otherwise, you might have, or it takes away the pressure of needing or wanting to min-max a character, and you trust the dice to help you tell a story. You look for innovative ways to to overcome shortcomings. And I have a quick and dirty example that's been translated into the Everyday Heroes approach. But hopefully, as you'll see, by the time that we finish an Everyday Heroes character, this is a character that will be pretty compatible. All right, coffee. This is, and also, hi, Artemis Rosemoon. This is, we're going to have a compatible character to one that you might find in D&D 5e, which is going to be an interesting way for you to go about character creation. Maybe that's what's to come in 5.5 or 6e or whatever people want to call the next iteration here in September. Yeah, so in the spirit of our old character creator. Hi, Big Slam. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Tuesday as well. We have our own Tuesday emote if you spell it out up above. So if we bring this up, you can see that we have our resources. We have our rule book. We have a blank character sheet. And we have our methodology over here to follow. So let's make a randomized everyday hero. And let's find out, is this literally the worst to go random? Are all our characters going to be terrible, unplayable garbage? Will we accidentally an OP character? Or are we really going to feel created, challenged, and have a blast coming up with these characters together? Now, for this exercise, because I want to show off what multi-classing might mean, or how you go about it, or to give off a chance to really enhance the characters, we don't need to make them all level 10. The system by default goes to level 10. But I think level 6 is going to be solid enough. And it'll help keep things going. You'll get the gist of it. If you can make a level 6 character, you can make a level 10 character. So for sure, we're making a level 6 character. Pardon. We will be using the standard array and other things that I'm going to go over. Hey, Sierra Echo. Oh, we have 3 of our 4 everyday heroes. We have Sierra, we have Big Slam, and we have Night Mage. Yeah, the knob only goes to 10, but maybe in the future it'll go to 11, or you might look at it and say, well, I think I get the pattern. If we can go to 10, if we want to go to 20, I think we could just continue to offer more of what we've seen. So anyway, let's see if this methodology works. We're going to meet a random person in this modern 5e setting, world, or system. And so, to get us going, Bane, would you please roll a D100 in order to see how we're going to start considering our character? And I have my redemption. There we go. I have the redemption menu open over on the other monitor here. Wolf Queen Belladonna wants to roll for class. All right, it lands on a 71, so it looks like we're going to have a male character. Now, we're presuming human in Everyday Heroes. I told everyone that, I mean, if you want to appear as an elf or another D&D race, then you can. And we could work that into building. Maybe that's the feats that you take to lean in that direction or something. But we're going to go by the book. Everyone's a human here. So we have a male character. And let's come up with our background. We're going to start with our background. Much like I emphasize in our Dungeons and Dragons character building, I think it's a crying shame that it almost feels like a throwaway thing in 5e, and I think that's getting revised because I believe they're going to directly put mechanical benefits into it, like what you're seeing over here in this system, and apparently in others like was it DC 20 that had the Kickstarter recently? But let's find out about our background. Sierra Echo, would you please also roll a D100? Stops on an 8, so an 8 is going to be a 2. We're going to look at the second background. Thank you for making that easy by making it a multiple of 4. All right, now what is our motivation? Our motivation will be determined by 2 dice rolls. Coffee Cat, let's find out. I want you to tell me what motivates our person here. I would like you to roll 1d3. Hey, consistency is key, Sierra. All right, 2. Now I need you to roll 1d10. Eight. All right. So we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we're going to have motivation 18. Our attachment is going to be a D12. Big Slam, exclamation point 1D12 in chat, please. Five. Jedi Prime Alex, I'd like you to type exclamation point 1D3. And, Bane, can you award Sierra Echo enough experience points for 2 free draws of the Deck of Many Things? All right, 1. And then, so 1, we have a religious belief of some variety. So we have a religious character to some capacity. There's no further breakdown in the book, rolling randomly for how, Orthodox or Protestant or of a particular named religion. It gets into various philosophies and things, but for right now, broadly, we are a religious character. Ancestry is not really rolled for. It depends on the setting. If you have ancestry in some part of the world and you're playing in the real world, except it's, in a world, it's an action movie world, then maybe it's, it's whatever. Or if you're playing in a fantasy world, like in ours, where this story takes place in an odd sort of Mediterranean style area called Mesotopia, Then the ancestry could be along those lines, or along tiefling ancestry, dwarven ancestry. Not worried about that for this this character right now. However, we do have a particular role in society. And who is going to tell us our role in society, at least how we see it? Night Mage. May I please have a 1d20? And if not Night Mage, then Artemis Rose Moon. May I please have a 1d20? Lands on a 3. Now, our virtues. There's 24 of them, so we're gonna do evens odds. Who is here and hasn't rolled yet? Mage, are you still here? Is Noctis Silence still here? Is Cloaking Dust here? Who else is hanging out and would Awkward Mancer, are you here and would like to roll? All right, Belladonna. Roll 1d4. All right, Krager, I'll call on you next. All right, it's your 5 is your choice. So pick evens or odds, Belladonna, and then roll 1d12. Odd. So we're going with the first 12 options, and of those 12. We're landing on 2. All right, Kragar, we are all flawed creatures. Yes, every single one of us. And I need you to tell us what is this character's flaw with a 1d20 roll. Five. Now, we have a particular quirk. This is not My Hero Academia style of quirk. Those would be the feats or talents. And who is feeling quirky? Iron Chef Lord. Let's get quirky. Exclamation point 1d4. I don't know if they are, Jedi Prime. Stops on a 1, okay? All right, now for class, Wolf Queen Belladonna spent her channel points in order to roll for it. Now, class is interesting in Everyday Heroes because class is a two-part. It's a two-part thing. Instead of class and subclass, you have archetype and class. So, Belladonna, let's mark this as complete. I want you to type exclamation point 1d6 to determine our archetype first. Lands on a 5. This is going to be a wisdom. So I think that's a wise archetype. And wise characters, there are 3 options. So I would like you to roll a 1d3 so we can determine which wise character we're creating. 1. And in wise characters that are... We have our first, not a charming. Here we go, wise heroes. And the first is a... Is this rigged? Can I get rigged up in chat? All right, let's give. We have a wise hunter. Look at that! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Of course, there's a wolf. Of course, we have a character with a wolf. Look at that. You know what? Let's get some desert heat up in chat also, please. Type desert heat, capital D, capital H, no space. There we go. Thank you. This, speaking of Chroma Company, this is a reference to Chroma Company. All right, let's bring... God, this is so rigged. This is so absolutely rigged. All right. Now, what is our profession? So, Spartans, what is your profession? Is there someone out there that hasn't rolled yet, or someone who wants to spend some channel points to lock in one of the upcoming rolls here? All right, tell you what, Sierra Echo, roll a 1d3 and then a 1d10. We stand a feisty Land Elf Ranger, says Coffee Cat. All right, so we're between 1 and 10, and it lands on an 11. Sierra Echo, I want you to choose a number between 1 and 10. If you have the book open and you're peeking ahead, you can deliberately choose the profession, or you can just tell me, give me a number between 1 and 10. 6. All right, so we're profession 6. I don't know what that is, but we're locking it in. All right, then let's come over here to age that Artemis Rose Moon wanted. Artemis Rose Moon. Type exclamation point 1D100, please. Yeah, you could play along at home. Lands on a 33. Oh, we have a young adult. Okay. So let's make this note here. Young adult. And a young adult for humans is 1d6. So roll 1d6, and we're adding that to 11. Five. All right. Ooh. Man, do we have an anime protagonist? We have a 16-year-old here. We have a 16-year-old male who is a hunter. Now, all right, Big Slam. Let's go height and weight. I want you to roll 2d10, exclamation point 2d10. 5. We're adding 5 inches to the base. Now, the base heights, that's out of the D&D Player's Handbook. If you want it to be different, then that's fine. So we have someone who is 4 foot 13 inches. And we're going to take that same 5 and multiply it by 2d4. Roll 2d4 in chat for me, Big Slam. Now, as we have a young adult, if you say, it would probably be more appropriate if we had just 1d10 or 1d4, you can do that as well. The baseline is presuming adultish proportions. So if you're doing this at home, modify it how you would like. You know, talk to your GM about it, etc., etc. Lands on a 1 and a 3. So 4 times 5 is 20 pounds. So we have a 130-pound... 5'1", 16-year-old male whose ancestry is bees? Because I don't know. But perhaps bees. Alright, things like skin and we could find charts for it. I'm not as worried about that right now in character creation. So now let's find out, what does all this mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? So let's go to our background. We're starting with backgrounds. And that is professions, backgrounds. Our background was background 2. So not activist. We are an art lover. We'll write it in all caps because we love art that much. Art lover. You have loved art since you were a child and developed a significant talent in one or more forms of artistic expression. The knowledge and patience gives you something to talk about at parties. Ability score increase. Increase your wisdom or charisma by 1 to a maximum of 20. So we'll float a 1 here or here, depending on where we want to put it. Choose either arts and crafts or performance. Let's go, since these are choices, arts and crafts. So let's put art lover here or performance. We'll put art lover here. A large collection of your unsold art or clips of your performances is part of our iconic equipment. So carried equipment, stored equipment. We probably don't store. Well, I don't know. It could be stored if it's videos and such. But let's put it on the main page here. So we have a unsold collection of our art in parentheses, because I don't know what our art is. If we're a hunter, are we a taxidermist? Maybe. Do we do interesting things with I don't know, the materials that we find in nature, or do we use all parts of the animal? So we eat the animal and then use the bones for displays and art and other things so that everything is used? I don't know. Let's see. Our special feature, we have, it's beautiful. You gain advantage on charisma persuasion checks when the subject involves art, such as selling a painting, convincing someone to see a show, or sparing the life of an artist. So let's put that down here. Are we inadvertently recreating Belladonna's character from Chroma Company? All right, what's next? That was our background. Our profession was 6. So academia, agriculture, athletics, counseling, creative, crime. There we go. Oh, a scrimshaw artist. Oh, that could be. Our profession is crime. You break the law to make your living. Regardless of your particular flavor of criminality, you must stay one step ahead of law enforcement and navigate a world where business disputes are settled by violence rather than lawyers. Sample careers: bank robber, cat burglar, maybe you actually burgle cats, con artist, enforcer, forager, gang member, grifter, hitman, jewel thief, poacher perhaps. Ability score increase. Increase your dexterity and 2 other ability scores of your choice by 1. So dexterity for sure. Dexterity gets 1, and then we can add 1 to 2 others. So let's just put in parentheses +1/1. So that we know that we're floating it. Choose 3 from deception, intimidation, security, sleight of hand, stealth, and streetwise. I was leaning towards a Norlai ancestor. Turns out I should have made Casimir's long-lost cousin. If not Casimir, he would be Dragomir. And the dragon reference might be lost on him. Considering Casimir's fate. Some of the backgrounds are super specific, and I love it. Makes the DM have to bend the story to the characters. It'll involve the characters a lot more because of it. Could make jewelry out of antlers or clothing out of the fur or hides. So, choose 3. Deception, intimidation, security, sleight of hand, stealth, and streetwise. So a hunter, we could almost be a bounty hunter, but one that doesn't play by the rules. We're an art lover and we have crime as a profession. Hunter could even be, could actually be, that we hunt things to steal. We could be a master jewel. Look, in regular D&D, druids are the ultimate thieves. They're better than rogues. Druids are the ultimate thief. Just like rogues are the ultimate tank, not fighters or barbarians. That's a whole other conversation, though. He's 1/32nd dragon on his mother's side. So let's see here. What do we want to give him? 3 from deception, intimidation, security, sleight of hand, stealth, and streetwise. You know what? Let's just make a note from crime, and then we can make a choice as we learn more about the character. So deception, I'll put CR for crime. In fact, AL1, because we can only choose 1 here. So we'll put CR3 because we know that we can choose 3 from these. So deception, intimidation, security might make a lot of sense for crime, but also for things like setting traps. Sleight of hand, stealth, and streetwise. Iconic equipment, concealed carry pistol, cool jacket, and a stolen luxury car with clean plates. Ooh, that's a really good gimme. All right, well then, oh, and your wealth level is 2. All right, so let's come down here to your equipment. Well, I guess this would actually be a, weapon. Stored equipment. Concealed carry pistol, and then in other equipment you get a cool jacket, heck yeah, and a stolen luxury car with clean plates. So we can come down here to vehicle. Now, if you think of anyone like, oh, a hunter with a luxury car, there are pickup truck Escalades, and have you seen how expensive Land Rovers can be? Land Rovers are luxury off-road vehicles, if you want to combine the two concepts. That's why in the D&D movie they didn't have a rogue in their party, they got a druid instead. Yep. And you have a special feature that we'll fill in here. And by the way, all this stuff that you're getting is this is still level 1. You do have a criminal record. Criminal record. You have advantage on charisma checks when interacting with the criminal underworld. You have disadvantage on charisma checks when interacting with anyone from a law enforcement or private security profession if they know about your record. This is somewhat like how Belladonna's character Norelai. Norelai can lie, cheat, and steal with the best of them, but as soon as she comes up to a person in authority, she throws it all away with her belief that if they're police, they got to tell you they're police. And she does it all the time. There she is, everyone. This character be screwed if they tangled with Bernard. Technically, Edgin could be rogue with entertainer background. Are you a cop? You have to tell me if you are. It's the law. Innocent bean. You get out of here, Coffee Cat, right now. You absolutely get out of here with that. All right. Now we go to, that was profession. Now let's go over to our archetype. Not there yet. Charming, we have to go back a little bit. There we go. All right, now being a wise hero. We are a 1d10 hit die character. So our first, as being 1d10, and we're 10 levels, so we have 10d10 hit dice. Our hit point calculation is nice and easy. It'll be maximum plus con plus 9 times 6. Half plus 1. Or 9 times, it would actually be 9 times 6 plus con. And we'll get to the math, but right now, we know we're making a 6th level character, so our proficiency bonus is going to be plus 3. Our defense bonus is going to be plus 3. Uh, 10 plus wisdom plus the wise hero defense bonus. So this is 10 plus whiz plus 3. That's a little bit hidden, but you can see that it's there. Our initiative is going to be whatever our dex is going to end up as. So plus question mark right now. All right, now we have concentration. When you fail a wisdom ability check, you can spend 1 focus to re-roll that check. This can be used only once per ability check. Oh, our focus at level 6 is also 6. Let's put that up here. Focus 6. We are also going to get concentration. When you fail a wisdom ability check, you can spend 1 focus to... Oh, wait, that was... Wait, why didn't... I'm sorry. We're 1 step... I got behind myself by being 1 step ahead. 1 step ahead. You can choose not to fall prone when you take the dive for cover action. Then we get 2 minor feats or 1 major feat at 2, 4, and 6. So those are ability score bumps, or we can take major or minor feats, and that will bring us as a wise hero up to level 6. So if we want, we can put level 2 choice of something, level 4, level 6. And do we either want 1 major or 2 minor feats? And we'll select those as we learn more about who our character is. You know, what does he do? What does he think? How does he operate? Is he a smooth operator or not? All right, now we are a hunter. By being a hunter, our saving throw proficiencies are going to be strength and wisdom. We're going to choose 3 skills from acrobatics, arts and crafts, athletics, endurance, insight, medicine, perception, stealth, and survival. So we'll put an H in these, and we can come back. We'll say H3. So acrobatics, we'll say H3. I guess we should have finished exploring the personality traits first, because even in our D&D character building, that's usually how we determine the skills that we take, because it leans into who this character is. But let's continue here. So we could take acrobatics. We could go arts and crafts. So we can go Control V / athletics, endurance, perception, stealth, survival. You must be proficient in a skill to take expertise in that skill. And so if something doubles up, we can take expertise right out the gate if we wish to. Equipment pack, we get a hunter pack. And we can get into what is in a hunter pack. Weapons, a hunting rifle or a modern bow. So we'll make a note, either a hunting rifle or modern bow. All right. We get a hunting companion, level 1. You have an animal companion that can hunt beside you and obeys your commands. You can choose among the companion types listed for the hunter. See companion rules for the full details on how companions can be commanded in combat. All right, let's go down here. Hunting companion. Copy and paste. And then we have Hunter's Mark. As a bonus action, you can spend 1 focus to mark 1 opponent you can see. You and your hunting companion gain the following special advantages against a target you have marked. The mark represents your determination to bring down your target. You and your animal companion have advantage on wisdom perception checks against it. You and your animal companion have advantage on wisdom streetwise and wisdom survival checks made to track or chase. You can take a bonus action to make a single attack against a marked target, or to command your hunting companion to make a single attack against a marked target. You cannot add your ability score modifier to the damage of this attack, but your companion's damage is calculated normally. So I will put... I will leave the abbreviation of Hunter's Mark. We'll just keep it here and realize that there's more to it. Animal Husbandry. As an action, you can command your animal companion to use the second wind action. You cannot do this again until you and your companion have completed a short or long rest. Okay, so you can heal up your companion. Companion training. So I might as well just highlight all that and we'll just get it all loaded in here. This will make reading it a little easier, so thank you for the time. Alright, so your companion adds your proficiency bonus to its defense, ability checks, saving throws, and damage rolls. In addition, your companion can make opportunity attacks using its reaction. Marked as prey, you can spend 1 focus to reroll a damage roll against a marked target made by you or your hunting companion. If multiple dice are rolled for damage, you reroll all damage dice. You may only do this once per attack. And advanced combat training. Once during your turn, when you or your companion take the attack action, you or your companion can make 2 attacks as part of that action. Is this a really good reworked Hunter Ranger from D&D 5e? You be the judge. One, two, three, 4. All right, so we have 4, I guess 4 kinds of animal companions. Yeah, you pronounce it Target, the store, Maverick. Maverick, hello and welcome. Hello to Hero Dragon. Belladonna. Do we, do you want to roll for the animal companion here, since you rolled for the class? If so, it's a D4. If you get 5, it's your choice. There are 4 types. Lands on 4. An animal companion burb. Alright. Our animal companion's a burb. We have a vehicle. I thought there was a place for companion plans and tricks. Well, for right now, I suppose we'll just put in animal companion bird, and we'll just drop that here. Well, clearly a roadrunner. Meep meep. So what do we have? Small animal, defense 13, hit dice 1d6 per hero level. Hit points 4 plus 4 times your level. All right, so our hit dice, we have 6d6. Hit points is 4 plus 4 times your level. So we're level 6. 6 times 4 is 24. So we have 28 hit points. Speed 10 feet, fly 60 feet. Then we have this for Strength, Dex, Con, Int, Wiz, Cha. Senses, Passive Perception 12. Flyby attack, the animal companion does not provoke opportunity attacks when it flies out of an opponent's reach. Actions, Beak and Talons, melee attack, your Wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus to hit. So at this level, it's 3. Penetration value 1. Reach 5 feet. 1 target. Hit 1d4 plus 3 piercing damage. All right, so there we go. Hey, Living Meme, good to see you. Could be a falcon if it helps with the hunting. Yeah. Yeah, what, falcons and eagles? Certainly desert birds. That's the real legend of why Mexico has an eagle on its flag. So if there's a particular kind that you would like it to be, Belladonna, you are welcome to throw out an idea of a particular bird. So there's that. Now all that's left, well, let's look at our personality traits and such. That way we can choose our skills, and ultimately we'll drop the engine. We'll drop the Hemi in it. And then we'll get our ability scores. So let's learn a little bit more about this hunter criminal. Bloop, blip, blip, blop, bloop, bloop, bloop. We are at the end of this chapter. All right, our motivation was 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Whoop, too far. 18. Casimir! Is this rigged? Why do we have... why are we making Casimir? You're driven by the desire for sex and are always looking for opportunities. Oh, all right, everyone, report the bot, please. Let's do this. We're going to click the message to reveal it. We're going to highlight it. We're going to click on the name, the 3 vertical dots. We're going to hit report. We're going to report spam, scams, or bots. We're going to do bots. Next, soliciting chat to buy viewers with this message. Cheap viewers on blah, blah, blah. Submit report. There we go, like 10 seconds. And the more of us that report the account, the quicker Twitch will take action against it. All right, so we are making, apparently we're making Casimir in a way. Remind me to remind you to remind me to remind you about bot access, Bane. Now, a specific motivation. To take your motivations to the next level, consider adding specifics to the general categories, such as in the following examples. So let's say that you did want revenge. Instead of just saying revenge, you believe the CIA is behind your father's death and will stop at nothing to uncover the truth and expose their corruption. Our attachments. Our attachment was number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hometown. In this case, Aslandia. People become attached to the place where they grew up and identify strongly with it. So you have an attachment to your hometown. We are religious in some capacity. What that specifically means, you got to talk to your GM about the adventuring environment and what might exist, because religion spans a lot. It is now 69 degrees in here, and maybe I've normalized to it. So I'm actually, the coat's coming off, everyone. And if I can start seeing my breath, then we know that this is the ghost room in the office. Okay. So religious beliefs, not only are there many religions in the world, each with many branches, but adherents of those religions take different meanings and inspiration from the religion. Nonetheless, religion is a good starting place for beliefs before choosing to portray the beliefs of a major religion that's not your own. Be respectful and delve into its beliefs, history, and traditions. So it's left open. We will simply say that we have a religious character. What does he believe in? We'll find out here. Now, what does he think that his role in society is? Role number 3. Artist, caretaker, in this case, a creator. And you can detail it further, but an example for artist, instead of just saying artist, you wake up every morning before dawn to head out with your camera to capture sunrise in the city. You want others to understand what a beautiful place it can be. Right now, let's just keep creator as the reference point, and we'll keep going from there. Appearance is appearance. I don't think we generated anything in particular for it. So I'm not too worried about that right now. Virtues. Our virtue is number 2. We are brave. And virtues in detail, and actually they have brave as an example. Instead of just saying, well, I have a brave character, you can say you never back down from a challenge, even when the odds are against you. Our flaw was number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inconsiderate. And in fact, there's inconsiderate as a detail. You always eat all the maple bars when someone brings donuts to the office. This sounds very specific, and I wonder if the author actually had this happen. Although in this case, we have a hunter. Perhaps he eats all the bear claws. And that still would absolutely put you on my naughty list. Now, while bear claws are yummy, I would be even more upset if it was the apple fritters. And probably, interestingly enough, doubly so if they're day-old apple fritters. Because, man, an apple fritter that's a day old, so it actually has that little bit of, like, a crunch to it because the surface, like, dried out over a day. We have an emote for this. Wench kiss. Capital W, capital K, no space. Yeah. So what? We have someone who's out there for thrills. Who's out there, who's going through life. I mean, we have someone here who's going through that phase. Probably has some kind of Superman syndrome. It's trying to impress peers and win favor. Yep. Oh, there you, Coffee Cat. There you go. And what about a quirk? There's a quirky mannerism. Now, there's examples. You have a slight limp due to a bullfighting incident. You like to stroke your beard when you're thinking. You pretend to conduct an orchestra after a victory. You always shake hands with your left hand first. We have a quirky mannerism. I don't think we need to roll a D4 because this is kind of a limited list. We could think of many, but we know that we have a mannerism that's quirky, that stands out. Day old apple fritter with 10 to 15 seconds in the nuke box. That's good eating. That there's good eating. Like, you see one of those, you go to the bakery section, you know they'll have day-old donuts, and they're super cheap. You go there and you find, like, day-old apple fritters, and you go, oh, no, they're a day old. Whatever am I going to do except literally buy every apple fritter that's a day old, because that's their prime. That's their prime. And if you disagree with me, you're a terrible person, and I'm going to cancel you on Twitter. It's that easy. All right, so now, we have this young, we have an anime protagonist here. Like, right now, top of the world, is trying to impress whoever he has physical adoration for. It's that time in his life. He's stolen a car, he's driving, he's a hunter in some variety. In fact, a hunter doesn't even necessarily have to be an animal hunter. It could even be a bounty hunter. It could be we're hunting art, as we're an artist as well. Though if we want it animalistic, maybe that's how we're going about proving our strength. Yeah, people don't believe in me. Yeah, he's inconsiderate, right? People don't believe in me. I'm going to prove myself. This is the perfect age for proving yourself. And if we're playing an action hero style character, Everyday Heroes is that. We have seen this in comic books. We have seen this in movies and in anime and all sorts of other stuff. So this works. Now, I'll throw it out there. If you want all of your characters, everyone is clearly always 40 years old and has very obvious, secondary sexual characteristics, so that there's no question whatsoever. Do whatever you're comfortable with. I think that I think we have a very good case. This is being a human being in high school. But I say the disclaimer because this is a broad general audience. Maybe people are watching YouTube at home. We did randomly roll for the age. If that makes you squeamish, then don't roll randomly or just bring it up to whatever you want. We're not going into detail about how this character is trying to peacock around and show off wealth or anything like that. Or what happens in a fade to black moment. But I think we absolutely have this cinematic anime, just a young kid who, not young, but a young adult who is just trying to show off, is making these risky decisions, and is trying to gain popularity and go from there. Going with a prairie falcon. All right, animal companion bird. Prairie Falcon. So customize this as you will. It is your game, your table. Okay. So there's that. All right, we know a lot more about our character now. Has things to prove. We have a mannerism, so maybe there's just some sort of cocky smile that he has. But we do have someone who's brave, someone who's willing to break the law. And that could even be in order to be the rebel hero against an oppressive society who doesn't allow fun. You know, like the Robotnik robots in the meme where they're pounding the no fun allowed sign down into the ground, since no one in Mobius is allowed to have fun under Dr. Robotnik's reign. So we have, despite having locked in these qualities, we have a lot of really good, really good direction here. Young adult. So there is something of faith, something that we do believe in. So what are we going to take for our skills? We're an art lover. Crime might be our art in the way that we... Crime might be our art, and that's the way that we try and win people over. So... we should... We have a falcon as our fighter. We like showing off. So I think we should go for CR3. I think we should go security. I think we should go we're showing off. Sleight of hand. And probably streetwise, so we know what's happening where. Let's just make sure. Intimidation. We're a show off. I don't think we're not like, we're not out there, I think, murdering people. I don't think we need to go that route. So I think we can take intimidation off, and deception. Hell, we are charismatic. You know what? Sleight of hand. I think if we go arts and crafts, otherwise, we can actually replace sleight of hand with deception. Especially because we have those clean plates on the stolen luxury car. So there's our 3 CR3s. Now we could have taken stealth also, but we can back that up with our with being a hunter. All right. So we're going to erase this, and erase this. We then get 3 options for being a hunter: acrobatics, arts and crafts, athletics, endurance, perception, stealth, and survival. He might do graffiti. I think that we should go arts and crafts. We might even be an expert in arts and crafts. We know how to make a lot of, a lot of different things. Now, we can always take that between our 1 for being an art lover if we don't want to take performance. Though I think he's a show-off. So if we actually take arts and crafts from being a hunter, that would then make it easy, and we should do performance from being an art lover. So that will take that away. That means that we can't double up. We'll just take regular arts and crafts, and we get 2 more hunter skills: acrobatics, athletics, endurance, perception, stealth, and survival. I don't know if survival is really going to be his thing. I'm not getting a survival kind of vibe from who he is. He's a fan of his hometown. Religious. Quirky mannerisms. He's brave. Inconsiderate. And he feels that he is a creator. If he's brave, maybe he doesn't need stealth. He's willing to do it himself. So let's take away stealth, survival. We get 2. Probably acrobatics and athletics. Endurance, I think he's more of a hit and run, which is also why he has the Falcon. Perception, Perception could be important. So let's go, or because we'd be looking for targets and we're looking around. Let's go perception. Whoops. Perception, and I think we're already going to be strong. Feats of strength to show off how strong we are, or acrobatics to sort of shore stuff up. Let's. I think he wants to be the best he is, so let's do this. There we go. All right, now we get 1 to wisdom, or we get 1 to charisma from being an art lover. And I think, while we are a wise character, we probably started out as we are a brash youth. I think we were even more brash before. So I want to say that this +1 is here. We get 1 in dex and 1 in 2 others from being in crime. So we can put a +1 here. And probably also a +1 in strength. Time to doodle. We're going to use the standard array of 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. And I think we're going to go... Let's go 15, 14, 13... 12, 10. He's young. He's dumb. He's taking these brash actions. Probably sleeping through class because he spends his nights moonlighting as some art thief, cat thief, or I don't know. He just wants to protect his town from whatever, Robotnik's robots or something. So, if we do this, and y'all are welcome to put suggestions up here. And I'm sorry, Big Slam, I saw you said, well, maybe he's pagan, perception, so he knows when to get out of dodge. You think acrobatics? We can move it over to acrobatics if you think that's better than athletics. Would you like me to move that around, Big Slam? Do you want acrobatics instead of athletics? Now, from our level 1 starting, that means that we have a strength of 16, a dexterity of 13, we have a wisdom of 15, and we have a charisma of 14. Switch strength and dex. You want me to switch the scores or switch athletics and acrobatics? Or both? Okay. So we go acrobatics instead of athletics, and he has a 13 strength and a 16 dex. All right. Now, we're not finished yet, and a reason for that is when we come down here at level 2, 4, and 6, we can take ability score bumps. And this is what I will mean by that as we... Ammo, carrying cases, hardware, vehicles we can get to. There we go, feats. So, as you see, there is, it's a minor feat to increase one ability score by 1 point. At these 3 places, at level 2, 4, and 6, that means that we can bump up our ability scores. If we want to go all ability score, all natural, this means that we would have 6 points that we can pump up his stats. And that's not too shabby. Meaning by level 6, we can have a 20 wisdom and bring up his strength to 14 if you want to keep things even. Now, there's other things that we can do, and in my original D&D sheet, we had randomly rolled. Do we just go for natural ability, or do we take feats? This system has feats baked into it, so there might be things that we otherwise want to customize. But let's do this. Let's at least spend one of these to bump up strength and wisdom. And we'll say that happened at level 2. So we took AST, and we went for strength and wisdom. Now, we can continue bumping up our points, or we can look at some other feats. With the way this system works, we already have a pretty solid character that we can import into a generic D&D world as well. Yes, we are based on wisdom for our defense. We will get more hit points if our constitution goes up. Dexterity, if we have a ranged attack, it'll be easier to hit with a higher dex. But the way that the system works, hey Famine Siren, you don't have to min-max. We could just go all out ability score bumps, and if we did that, We would most likely bring up, I mean, probably, what, Wisdom 18, maybe Dexterity 18, and there we go. But there might be some other interesting things that we can do with minor feats, or even a major feat. So we can fight effectively in the dark or while blinded, hinder opponents when you use a melee slashing weapon, help others recover hit points in combat, get advantages in violent vehicle chases. Defensive driving could be interesting. That would play into the ideas of the campaign if that would be featured a lot. Fast hands could be very useful. Reload and service guns faster if he is a ranged combatant. Have friends all over the world. Get advantages grappling and pinning. Heal allies and influence people with cooking. Shoot fast and accurately in close quarters. Shoot accurately from moving vehicles and mounts. So if he has this luxury car, has clean plates, maybe he is the driver for this group. Hit dice heal more hit points. Hinder opponents when you use a melee piercing weapon. Look and sound like specific people well. Impersonator could be interesting. Get a bonus on skills you're not proficient with. Language expert, we can get some more languages. There's a lot here. Perfect throw. Never miss with a grenade. I don't think he's really a grenadier. Carry more stuff. Gain advantage when treating and using poisons. Swap int and whiz modifiers for ability checks. Oh, so Renaissance thinking would be interesting. So we don't have a high intelligence, but we do have security. I guess that would be the only one right now. That the only skill that would benefit. Because we need to be trained for that, I think. But that could be interesting. Resist various conditions like exhaustion and stunned. Make tools, materials from nearly anything. Gain a bonus on perception and traps. Scout could be interesting also. That's his artist. His hunting. He's a joyrider. Then he hunts cars, and the cars are marked by his bird because it flies over and poops on the windshield. He's the baby driver. Okay. Yeah, that's for Kincaid Sierra. All right, so he's baby driver. Okay, so let's lean into that. So he might even hang out in the car and just order his Falcon to attack if he's the driver. In fact, he probably has a quick bird to keep up with his driving anyway. This is making so much sense. All right. We're not multi-classing, so I'm not worried about that. These are the expanded references to things that are here. You do have disadvantage in making ranged attacks due to being mounted or in a moving vehicle. So probably what? Gunner? So if we take Gunner and what was another one? Fast hands? Or get advantages in violent vehicle chases. So probably defensive driving and Gunner. He's the party's driver. Defensive driving, Gunner. Then maybe fast hands. And racer, speed and agility in vehicle chases. Side note, this music reminds me of Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, so let's go Racer and Fast Hands. We'll say Defensive Driving and Racer came to him at level 4. And then as we're getting better, then we have, we're a gunner with Fast Hands. There we go. So we have that. We know that then our strength is a +2, our dex is a +3, our con's a +0, but if we're hanging out in the car can give us armor, the car can give us extra speed. +3, +2. Acrobatics then becomes a 6, because our proficiency is a 3. Wisdom's also a +3, so streetwise, perception, and arts and crafts are going to be 6s. Strength is just going to be a +2. Anything int related is going to be a -1. Deception, so we are rather charismatic. We have a +5. Security is going to be a +2. Endurance, +0. Wisdom is going to be a +3. Anything else? Dexterity's a +3 for unskilled. Dex Wiz +3. Charisma is a +2. Intimidation is a +3. So our con is 0. So that's going to be 10 plus 9. Or wait, not 9. We're not level 10. I was thinking we're making a level 10. We're making a level 6 character. 5 times. So 6 plus 0 is 6. 5 times 6 is 30. So we have 40 hit points. And our defense is 10 plus wisdom plus 3. Our wisdom is 3, so our defense is 16. Our initiative is plus 34, apparently. Is plus 3. I forgot to look at our equipment proficiencies. I'll have to fill that in. We can come up with a name for this character. Languages we don't have, but we can include. We don't have a player name. It's whatever it is. Vehicles and properties. I have it down below. Though we can come down here now. We have our hit points. We have our attack. Your wisdom modifier plus 3. So we have an attack plus 6. There we go. One hand on the wheel, the other shooting out the window side. Oh, okay, then there was that. I'm sorry, I was needing to catch up. Although, you know what? We have fast hands and we call ourselves a gunner. Can we even use a pistol? Because I don't know what our... our hunter pack, camouflage pants, t-shirt, hunting jacket, hiking boots, bag stuff, pocket stuff, survival kit, camping kit, pickup truck, ATV, car stuff, hunting rifle, large caniff. None. So we have this. Are we good with it? Or do I need to take... or do I need to spend one of our minor feats to train in it? Because our weapon proficiencies come about, I don't think with the class. Maybe not even with the archetype. Let me see. Hit dice, starting hit, higher levels, influence, tricks. No, so we... So yeah, I believe that is back in our backgrounds and such, because if we scroll up and we take a look at yeah, equipment proficiencies, basic equipment, advanced equipment, and military equipment. So we would actually get equipment proficiencies off of our background. So that might be a feat that we replace. There's a sharpshooter. Either that, or honestly, he's just not proficient with it, but he'll pretend to. Otherwise, we can just have him focus on he's a getaway driver. He has weapons. Maybe he has it more to scare people, and he doesn't really use them, but he'll use the car in other ways. He probably relies on the Falcon to do a lot of the attacking in that instance. Stop flashing. Yeah, so we don't have that as a proficiency. Can we get proficiency then? Or maybe being a hunter might give that to us. Hold on. Sorry, I might have gotten ahead of myself because I'm really enjoying this, but I want to make sure that I'm doing a good job of presenting it here. Saving throws, equipment. Oh, no. We do have proficiencies in basic equipment and advanced equipment. There we go. Basic and advanced. There we go. So yeah, we do have it. Actually, did I might have messed up on the skills here, because we choose 3 skills. Expertise is endurance, perception, stealth, survival, and I think that's actually saying that we refine one of our skills. that we refine it. So I got ahead of myself. I'm sorry. I think I messed something up because we should have an expertise in one of these. So character creation's so much fun. So we can be an expert in one of these. So let's do that. Let's go back and do this one more time. We get to choose 3. So H3 is just from being a hunter. Acrobatics, arts and crafts, athletics, endurance, insight, medicine, perception, stealth, and survival. We get 3. We can be an expert in one of these, and that's where we get our hunting expertise. And I think the one that we took before was perception, as we're not really worried about survival or stealth or endurance. So we're going to do this. Perception, we're going to take the expertise, and then we get 2 more. From here. And the other 2 are what we're going for? Arts and crafts? Was it? It was arts and crafts and acrobatics, I think Big Slam wanted. So we take these away. And then we can go to our background as an artiste, or an art lover, more specifically. Because this is what gave us crime. Oh, crime gave us skill proficiencies. Choose 3. Deception, intimidation, security, sleight of hand, stealth, and streetwise. Alright, so this was crime, and we get 3. So we started deception. We put C3 from crime. Deception, intimidation, security, sleight of hand, stealth, and streetwise. Okay, so from here, I think that's where we went to security. Though we should probably take sleight of hand if we're stealing cars and we're hunting and stealing cars. In fact, hunting cars could even be, you know, we're treating them, you know, like we're out on the range, like we're traveling in a car and we're hunting cars. And then deception was the other one, because we weren't worried about intimidation, we weren't worried about stealth, and we weren't worried about streetwise. Alright, so that's what we got from criminal. And then let me double check background to make sure I didn't miss anything. And this one was art lover. Choose either arts and crafts or performance. And I think we went with performance. Although I guess we could become an expert in arts and crafts if we double it up. But performance, I think, we're trying to show off, right? We're peacocking. We're the young kid. We're trying to show off to our peers. So I absolutely think performance does need to be the way forward. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now that that's corrected, And I don't know if too much changed, but it's good to have that there. Oh, I also didn't throw in our save proficiency, so that's going to be a +5. And to strength, which is our only skill here for that, that's a +2. Dexterity is a +3 in things. You know, we don't have vehicles, which is interesting. So maybe we take skill training, like what Sierra Echo said. Vehicles seems like we should do that, and so maybe we'll swap something out for some skill training. We'll leave that blank to come back to it, but stealth... there we go. So dexterity, we're not proficient in it, but we do have a +3, so that's not bad. But we would be at a +6 for acrobatics, sleight of hand, and there we go. Constitution is +0. That is what it is, so we also give a +0 over here. Intelligence, -1, -1. That will give security a +2 at least. But then for our other intelligence-based skills, that is a -1. Wisdom's going to be a +6 because we're proficient. And the skills in which we're proficient are also going to be +6s. So that goes there, that goes there. Otherwise, it's a +3. And then Charisma, Untrained, is a +2. And that's our save. We come over here, that's a +2, +2. That's going to be a +3 because that one was Wisdom. And, oh my. Dexterity, oh yeah, we're leaving that blank. And then this is going to be a +5 for Deception and for Performance. Because we are a charismatic hunter. Alright, that has worked out. Everything else is here. We can go into the weapon stats and put down the properties. That is ancillary to understanding who our character is and what he does and how he does it. He goes around, he has marked targets, whether they're vehicles or people, and so he's a showboating thief, like a car thief. And I really... who has a pet bird, who apparently helps him not only attack, but that pet bird also helps mark the cars that he wants to steal. Wink. And he has a very cool jacket, very Marty McFly of him. So the last thing is, instead of defensive driving or being a racer, I think that we should give him a vehicle proficiency. And so we need to scoot ahead to feats and check out anything for skirmisher? No. Anything for skill training? Advanced skill training is a minor thing here. Gives expertise in a skill you're already proficient in. Gives equipment proficiencies. Increases wealth level. Increases skill proficiency. So yeah, just straight up skill training. So we can take skill training and we can drop something else for that. You love to acquire new skills and abilities through constant study and practice. Each time you take this feat, you gain... we gain proficiency in 2 skills of our choice. So if we take skill training instead, then... that would give us... what would we want then? Certainly vehicles. What's the second skill that you think he should be skilled in? Should it be Streetwise? Streetwise might make sense. It's not only a wisdom-based skill, but I think learning, like, what's the word on the street and how to navigate, I think that would make a lot of sense for him. I don't think he knows how the cars work. I don't know if mechanics is really his strength, though it would shore up a weakness. So I could see mechanics. I think he just knows how to drive them, not really how to fix them. Insight? I don't think so. Athletics for showboating and being brave, perhaps. Stealth, maybe? If you want to be stealthy while you're trying to steal the car. I guess if we get 2 skills for this. We're taking vehicles and what, chat? Vehicles and streetwise? Vehicles and stealth? What do you think would be good for this character? So I have 1 for stealth, 1 for streetwise. Chat is split. Stealth agreed? Okay. So we go stealth. This gets bumped up to a 6. And vehicles also gets bumped up to a 6. And then we need to drop one of these here. Gunner, defensive driving. Is he a defensive driver? Get advantages in violent vehicle chases. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of hit points. He doesn't have a lot of defense. So that might make sense. I think he's very comfortable in a car. Gunner, shoot accurately from moving vehicles and mounts. Racer and fast hands. Improve your speed and agility in vehicle chases. I think that's what's going to really help set him out among other characters. That really gives him a niche on the team. So maybe fast hands. Reload and service guns faster. That might be the one to drop. Maybe in one of, he went out on a date and he learned that having fast hands isn't always an admirable quality. Reload a weapon with a bonus action. Reload speed is a free action. You can reload a weapon with an action. Reload speed is a bonus. You can clear a jam as a bonus. As an action, you can disassemble a gun you're holding. Yeah, I think we're going to drop fast hands. And he's going to take skill training. Well, I guess that's not really... We'll put it down here. Gunner plus skill training, vehicles, and stealth. There we go. Now, this might have happened in a different order. That doesn't matter ultimately because we're generating a character at level 6. But this makes a lot of sense. So we have this really cocky young adult. He's out there to impress whoever he wants to impress. He likes stealing cars. He sees it as performance. This is kind of like our F-Boy character that Spectre Deflector plays in our Vampire the Masquerade games. Bit of a glass cannon here. And again, I'm not going to worry about the properties of the guns. That's stuff that could be posted up later. But I think that I think that we have a solid character at level 6. So sorry for blundering through it, but there we go. Let's get up and take a little bit of a break. And when we come back, let's make a second character for the night before we before we move ahead. So stick around. I'll be back in like 5-ish minutes, and let's make another character. I'm going to save this, open it up, and we'll see if we can make it a little bit more quickly this time.